that I think that it's wrong that someone that doesn't speak English is performing at the halftime show for the Super Bowl for, I thought it was 100 million. I looked it up. It was like 127 million people to some degree watch the Super Bowl. And, you know, I feel like it's such a uniting event. It's such sports in general, I think, is uniting. Of course, you've got your team and someone else does, but generally it's like fun. You come together, and especially the halftime show, everyone's excited to watch it. What's it going to be? You know, is there any surprises? And I think the only surprise that we're going to get is if Americans learn how to speak Spanish in 4 months, like he asked them to do on Saturday Night Live, but if he speaks English, that would be the surprise of the show. I just don't think it represents our country and our sort of crown jewel event of the year. It's the highest rated show of the year on anything. Right. And, you know, and obviously he sort of had a problem with ICE being at his shows and not wanting to have his fans. So he decided he didn't want to perform in the United States. And I mean, very commonly wearing like dresses and heels and pearls and all kinds of things. And I mean, I just, you know.
Fake prosthetics. Yeah. Here's some imagery.
Oh, really? I haven't seen the fake prosthetics yet.
Yeah, like the satanic imagery.
It's just the reason why I like what we're doing here is because now the ball's back in the court of the planners of the main event, which is what we have to refer to it as the main event.
We now have a cudgel to use against them if they're going to continue to heap contempt on the people that pay their bills and that go to their games and buy the tickets.
So now
I see where Satan will use the creation of an alternative show and the calling out of the NFL for deciding to have Bad Bunny in their show. I see how the enemy will try to use that, to use the rejection of this halftime show. I see how the enemy will try to use that issue and make it about race and make it about immigrants when it's really about morality. And as always, whenever these things come up, it always falls back on the shoulders of Black people, especially Black Christians. And to you, I say, when it comes to these issues, will you align with truth, morality, or will you align with the culture? Will you reject truth and morality because it's white people speaking on what is true and what is moral in this situation? Will you reject that and side with the NFL, who wants to put someone who is cross-dressing and glorifying Satan in the face of you and your family?